What's up, guys? It's just Shake Reviews, and behind me is a 1993 Autozam AZ-1. Name been feeling so. Jake, that's not an Autozam AZ-1. It's a Mazda Autozam AZ-1. Well, actually, this is not called a Mazda. It is a Mazda, but it's not called that. This is a subsidiary back in the 90s called Autozam. So, but pretty much back in the 90s, Mazda wanted to create a little diverse themselves because everyone was doing that back in the 90s back in Japan. So they created 3 subsidiary brands. Autozam, which is behind me, and there's others like it, but this is one of the first ones they made. Then you have Enos, and what was the other one? Ifini. Don't know what any of those mean. They're just cool names. And then back in the mid-90s, Mazda was like, this ain't doing so well, so they cut them all off. But so there's only 1,000 of these in the world.
4,000.
And there's 40 of them.
No, 4,000 in the world.
4,000 in the world, and 40 in the United States, as calculated. And this is the only blue one in the United States.
East Coast. East
Coast, sorry. But so a little history on this car, the AZ-1 specifically. Back in 1990, I want to say, Suzuki was thinking about making a new car, and they're like, hey, what would be cool if it was mid-engine and had doors and crap like that? And then Mazda was like, hey, we want to do that too. But don't you have the Miata? Let's do 2, because we can. Let's make it even smaller than the Miata. Yes, surprisingly, this thing's smaller than the Miata. So they got together. They're like, hey Suzuki, we're not a big company. Can we please have an engine, please? Sure, as long as I get to use the car as well, but put my no name on it. Absolutely, and that's kind of what they did. So the Suzuki Kara, that was called. That car is pretty much this with the Suzuki badge. So I think that's about it for history. There's not much of it because this was only sold in Japan. How did you get that? We're about to find out. Walk around time. All right. Look at this beautiful front end. And of course, you probably want to know, because you've seen Jay Leno, who the heck owns this thing? This is the Cameron Bobby Wasabi. I'm just kidding, that's not his last name. He's a really cool guy, and he's going to talk about a little bit about the car.
So, this is my 93 Autozam AZ-1, as mentioned earlier. I had it brought in by a company called ATL JDM last year in June. I was the first road registered one in Georgia. There are currently 3 now. Before that, there were a couple in a museum somewhere, but they were under an exhibition license, so they couldn't be driven on the roads. I try to take it out to as many shows as possible and let people really learn about it, because you don't see these anywhere outside.
I mean, look how cool it is. I love the headlights. Back in the, I think 989, the first generation, they had pop-up headlights.
Well, the original concept. So there are 3 concepts, and the original one had pop-up headlights.
Yeah, and it was Type A.
Yes, Type A.
Type A, and they had Type A, and they had Type.
Type B and C.
Is this Type C?
No, this is the Type A.
Okay.
The only thing they changed was the headlights and a couple other small things. Type B was a really, actually, horribly ugly thing. And then Type C looked almost like a Group C race car. It was really strange, but it got the most attention, but they ended up going with the A. I kind of wish they kept the pop-up headlights. It looked really sleek, but, you know.
That's cool. So this is mid-engine. What's that doing there?
So that's actually the cabin intake.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's literally just the intake to bring air into the cabin, which you really need it because it's a giant greenhouse and you end up roasting in there.
Oh wow! So does that thing come up for storage and stuff like that?
Yeah, here, I'll pop it real quick. Now, there's usually a plate that goes on here that you could store stuff on, but only if you really want to cook eggs, because the radiator's right there and it gets really hot. So yeah, you have your actual radiator and the AC there.
So if you want to cook stuff, you can put stuff there, but if you just want to put your computer, probably not a good place to put your computer there.
No, most of the storage is the little shelf behind you, or use the passenger seat and just don't come with anybody.
Oh wow, this thing's so tiny. Man, look how tiny. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, it's so tiny. I can't imagine that. This thing's like is it almost like slightly bigger than a motorcycle?
So it weighs a little over 1,500 pounds.
Oh wow.
Fiberglass body.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's heavier than a motorcycle.
Oh,
It has
yeah.
a very small 660cc engine because it's a K car.
I will say it.
Yeah, so a little smaller than some motorcycles out there. But yeah, I mean, I drive it like a motorcycle. It's so small you have to dodge people and be very wary of everybody else because they can't see you.
It's funny, and we thought the slingshot was little. This thing is like, that thing's like a car compared.
Oh, yeah. This is way smaller than a slingshot. Yeah.
And then you have a Mini, and then here we're going to be doing his a first generation, like 1964.
No, mine's actually an 88. It's
wow.
a Mark V. So it's still relatively mostly unchanged from the 60.
I'm gonna post a picture right now that he's gonna send me of this car next to the Mini. You saw the Mini is small. This thing is smaller. I'm not kidding. It's smaller. I'm just looking at this thing. This thing looks like a little go-kart. It's pretty much what it is.
Basically, yeah.
Love the wheels. These are aftermarket wheels.
Yeah,
Tell us where you got them.
So these are from Japan. They are SSR Longchamps. They're real. They're a little big on this car, or at least the offset's a little wide. So they might come off soon because I don't like how it handles with how wide they are.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. They look good though.
Oh yeah. And I like how tiny these tires are. And if you don't mind asking, what size is that tire?
So this tire is a 165/50 R14.
That's
yeah,
tiny.
Tiny. Now, what came stock on these, and I'll probably switch back to them, are 13-inch Enkis. So, yeah, these are 14s.
Oh wow.
Yep.
This is, how hard is it to get that size of a tire?
It's fairly difficult. So 14s at least you're in Miata territory, but you have to get pretty skinny ones, so it's kind of tough. 13s are
I have tires I can give you.
annoying to get here.
I have tires I can give you.
What, 14s?
Yeah. I had a 98 Corolla that took 14s.
How tall are they? Because
I had a little car. About. Just look at 98 Corolla and look at the tire size and see if that goes. Because I have tires similar to the size. Yeah, I had a little car.
On this, they might fit on my Miata though. A little more wheel well space.
We'll see. I'll get. I don't know how bad. They're pretty. You know, I never use them. I think my dad still has. Either at my dad's or else. I'll see. I'll give them to you. All right, pretty nice. That's the window.
Yeah, that's all you get. So if you're going through a drive-through, you're not really getting a drink in there.
That's
not
cool.
at all.
So the open door, you push that thing right there.
Yep.
That's cool.
There's a little lever right down here. It says pull up creatively, and you pull it up, and that's it.
Now, did you put that on there, or was it in Japanese when you got it?
No, that's actually that's stock.
Really? They.
It was in English, yeah.
Why? This is Japan. Nobody speaks
I
English.
don't know. Most of the car, everything is in Japanese. Like you'll see when we pop the trunk, all the stickers and the oil and everything is all in Japanese.
Yeah, but wait.
A couple random things.
Why is this in English? Like, do they really think that one word that people know in English is it's a no?
They speak enough English over there, I guess.
I guess. All right.
Us speaking Japanese.
All right, Pop. Let's see that beautiful engine. Which normally that's the trunk, but oh God.
Beautiful, very small engine.
One little. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is a motorcycle.
Yes. That is a Yoshimura RS3, as a lot of bike people will know.
Oh my
It's been shortened.
That thing is so cool.
But a lot of people do this on Autozams over in Japan because the stock exhaust has to be so restrictive because of their emissions and noise laws over there. Especially being a K car, it's even worse.
That's cool. Look at that.
So
that
that's your
Suzuki. I forget what it's called.
F6A.
Thank you.
Yep.
Engine. That's a beautiful engine. So let's see. Let's see how old it is. Does it have? Does it have some sort of VTEC on it?
No.
Does it have variable timing?
No.
Does it have efficiency stuff?
I mean, well, it's got a turbo if you count that.
Yeah. Does it have? What kind of fuel pump does it have? Is it electric or is it manual or is it?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Is it an electric fuel pump or is it manual?
No, it's an electric fuel pump.
That's good.
Yeah.
So at least we got something.
Yes.
I have an 85.
It is injected. It's not carbureted. So yeah.
I have an 85 F250 and it's mechanical. Two mechanical fuel pumps.
Oh, two. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. My classic Mini's still mechanical and carbureted, so I'm used to. I know that pretty well. But yeah, no, this is actually electrical. It is injected.
I like the styling of this thing.
Oh yeah, so this is actually not stock. Usually this is covered. Some people did this to get more airflow out because air would get trapped under here and had overheating issues. That helps significantly.
Oh yeah.
Cut out.
I can tell it's I like the way they did that. I think normally it says Autozam there or AZ-1, something
Yeah,
like.
you normally have an AZ-1 logo right here, which I do not have anymore.
I'm sure you can probably find them on eBay or something. Or I can
Well,
get,
it's Yahoo Auctions Japan, and they're expensive.
I can get someone that can rate one for you.
So, well, I mean, we'll see. I may just leave it as is.
I like it. I like these taillights. I was looking online for different pictures. There was one in the museum that was red and it was beautiful. But I like this blue. And this blue is called Siberia Blue, and I love that color.
So red was the most common color, classic red, which they used on a lot of cars. Siberia Blue, as far as I know, was only ever used on this car, so it's a very unique color for Mazda. They didn't put it on anything else, unlike classic red.
All right. Well, how much? Before I forget, how much horsepower is this thing making?
So it's limited to 64 PS, or about 64, 63 horsepower, because of Japanese K-car regulations. This has had the limiter taken off. They definitely over-engineered it, so you crank, slap a boost controller on it and crank it up a little, and you're pushing 80 without too much of an issue. 80
horsepower.
I'm probably, how I have mine tuned, I'm probably sitting in around 80-ish right now.
Oh, not bad. That's so about my tractor. I have a bobcat tractor with that much horsepower.
I guarantee I'm lighter.
Oh, yes, you are. All right, let's get inside this thing. So you just...
Yeah, here, I got it.
All right. It's so weird to see that in the butt. It reminds me of a Porsche.
So, I'm only 5'10". I had to put a quick release. Don't hit your head.
All right.
Knocked myself out on that before.
Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's really, really tiny.
Oh my God!
I wasn't kidding.
Okay. I feel like a mini. I feel like a giant inside a mini car.
Yeah, I mean,
you know those little go-kart thing you see around and people driving on like whatever, like Monsters Inc. or something like that. This is like, I feel like this is one of those cars that like magic somehow got here.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
It was too small for the Japanese market, oddly enough. They did not. Oh, hang on. I have the wheels turned up.
This is cool.
My bad.
It's not bad.
There we go.
Not bad. All right. If you don't mind getting in here, we're gonna do talk about some things. Wow. Holy, this is cool. How you doing? We're so close together.
Yeah, it's really tight.
I've been in some cramped cars. I've been in Ferraris. I've been in Minis. I've been in Leases. Those things are cramped, but they're not bad. This is like, how did you make this?
Outside of a BMW Isetta or a Peel or something, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a more cramped car than this.
This is cool. And look at this. Look at that door. Put it down. You do. Do I dare pull it?
You're good. And it'll just fall into place.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. That's not bad headroom. Now, to start this car, you put your foot on the...
It's actually not, it doesn't have a lockout. It doesn't have a clutch lockout.
Oh. So you put the clutch in, or do
Nope, you don't even have to.
Oh. All right, not bad. So you got your hazard warning. Did you put that on there, or
Nope, that's stuck.
Defroster? You have a defroster on this tiny little car?
Strangely, yeah.
It
works. I've used it before.
Oh my God. And then you have, oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. I wish this was that way, but I do like that. That's cool. It's a little car, but I like it. So anything cool you like about the interior?
So it's pretty Spartan in here, which, I mean, is fine for weight and stuff.
Now, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I've read...
Spartan as in, like, it's bare bones. Okay. It's a race car. Okay. Like, there's no fancy, there's no power anything. You have roll-up windows. You don't have power steering.
And here's the windows?
Yep. It's not, it's one full turn. That's it.
So, may I ask, why is this not fun? Why can't you pull that down? What is that?
They just didn't. I mean, the door's pretty small, as it's only here, so the glass is bigger than the actual, like, door on the bottom.
This is awesome. And look at these little mirrors. They're tiny.
Yeah.
The tiniest sun visors in the world. Here's your tiny your viewer. I feel like everything's been strong. I feel like this was once a pretty decent car, and then some scientists like, let's do the shrink ray, and this is what you.
Somewhat. They shared some parts with me on it. So these door handles were used in Miatas and Aston Martin DB7s. Yeah, no, really. Go to Atlanta British Car Day next weekend and go look at the inside of DB7. It's the same door.
Oh my God! Yeah. You know why? Ford and Mazda owning he owned Mazda. The company
Yeah, they
owned.
worked together. Yeah, Ford and Mazda worked together, and I think Ford was in charge of Aston Martin at the time.
All right,
So
not bad. Really cool. Here's your stuff, that thingy, and you have your
shelf.
wonderful storage. That's crazy. I can fit my house in there.
Sure. And back there is also the hatch to get to the other side of the engine, so you could get to the spark plugs, the turbo,
Okay.
the wastegate, the blow-off valve, etc.
All right, guys, it's time to drive it. Hey guys, unfortunately, it was really hot today, especially since it's summer, and his car. Had no air conditioning, and the windows, we couldn't really run down the window because, well, it was only a tiny window. So that car was literally like a sauna, so my camera overheated. And therefore, all the driving portion got corrupt. Well, I don't want to say corrupt, it didn't record right. It was weird, it was very fast, the camera was all freaking out because it was just really hot. I mean, I was really hot and I wanted to get out of the car. So, unfortunately, the driving portion I didn't get recorded right. Well, it's not gonna be part of it. But what did get recorded right, because once we were done, outside, the camera was able to cool off by the air. So, I was gonna save this for another video, but since you guys don't have the driving portion, I might as well go ahead and put it in for you guys. We did a drive-through with his car. So, here you go. Alright guys, we are going to do a drive-through, and this thing
Okay, let's see, where's the one?
Hi, welcome to Hardee's. Would you like to try our grilled cheese? Our grilled cheese steak burger today?
No, thank you. 1 second. So just 2 small hamburgers.
Alright, order when you're ready.
Alright, I just need 2 small hamburgers and that's it.
Alright, your total is 401. Please pull to the window.
Cool, thank you.
I'll pay you back.
Yeah, that's alright.
This is hilarious.
I'll probably have to get out anyway though.
Yeah.
Just because.
Oh my god! Oh my!
Like I said, it's kind of a problem going through drive-thrus. So. Just a little bit.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. I love this.
I don't know if they're gonna see me. Oh, okay, he's right there.
Make sure you can see you in the car.
Hi. Sorry, I have a strange car. Yeah, so it's on the right side, and I only get that for a window, so I can't really do drive-throughs easily, so I have to go in backwards with the door up. Yeah.
That's interesting. Is it like a European car?
No, it's Japanese. It's a Mazda Autozam AZ-1. So I imported it from Japan.
Oh.
Yep. It's the first road legal one in Georgia. So I have to go in, yeah, the right side I have to go in backwards.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That and I'm too low for your drive-through window anyway, so I'll just chill here.
This is hilarious.
Hi. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side, so I have to go in backwards. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's right-hand drive, so.
And it has doors.
Oh yeah, the gull wing doors and everything.
It was a small window.
Okay, the window's kind of useless. I can't get a, like, yeah. So, hence the doors being, it's a really impractical car. A
Right.
really impractical car. So.
This is awesome. should come to the Hardee's more often.
At least they're cool with it. Taco Bell told me to stop. The one in Buford told me to stop doing this. That's fine. You guys had no cars in your drive-thru, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it backwards. Yeah, instead of coming in. If there's people in the drive-thru, I usually won't do it. But huh? Yeah, I know. It's all right. I was like, okay, I can screw with them a little bit.
Thank you for the air conditioning.
Yeah, that's why I usually drive around in parking lots and car shows with the door up, because it feels so much better than being in the hot box. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And I'm a YouTuber.
They're the guys that imported it. So he's been doing a YouTube review on it. He's like, let's go through the drive-thru. I'm like, okay. Yep, that's the company that did the import. My actual Instagram's on the other side, but yeah. It's W3W_lad. Yeah, W3W_lad.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm just take reviews.
Alright. Thank you guys. Alright.
We have to turn, well, we have to close the doors now.
Yep. And go that way.
They're really cool with that. That was cool.
Yeah, most people are like the first couple times, like, because they think it's funny, and then it's after a while they're just like, please stop. just fucking stop, kind of thing. Yeah.
I like this car. This thing is awesome. I'm enjoying hanging out with you.
Yeah, I try to make it fun. Here, watch your leg.
There we go. Sometimes it's in there. All right, guys. So, what do you think of the McDonald's, the Hardee's experience?
Backwards with a gull wing.
And right-hand drive.
Yeah.
You know what you should do to get cup holders? You should do what Mercedes did. Get that thing and stick it on there.
Yeah. So I'm working on 3D printing a cup holder of sorts for it. That'll basically take up the flare. So there's a road flare thing here, which you can't really get the flares in the US legally because they're flammable. So I was thinking of replacing that and using the mount there instead and having a cup holder come off it.
Nice.
I'm doing the same with the Mini. I'm trying to engineer one for the Mini because it also doesn't have a cup holder.
The best burger I've ever had backwards. So yeah, be sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. This guy's cool, doing lots of reviews. We probably won't do another McDonald's video with this guy, man, because this is the coolest car you can probably possibly do in it.
I mean, I got a few other cars. It's just this is the coolest one.
Yeah, we'll have fun. Alright, guys, here is the honest review for this beautiful 1993 Autozam AZ-1. Obviously, I didn't say it because the driving portion got cut, which I apologize. I didn't realize that the camera was overheating to where after we're done driving, and then the camera was like burning up. It was like a hot pan. It was really dangerous. But luckily, my camera is fine. Now we know now we know to check on the camera now. But should be fine. I'm going to a couple of shows this weekend, so we should be fine. Get more footage for you guys. Here's what really happened with that. So when we're in, the car has no wind. Well, it kind of has windows. It has like a tiny little thing, and it was hot, and it has no AC. So it was literally a sauna, and the camera cooked and literally fried all the recordings. So any of the recording that was outside, it was fine because it had some air and it was fine. But once inside the car, it really cooked up the camera. So that's why that got corrupted. So I apologize for that. It won't happen again. We'll try not to happen again. But the car was fun to drive. It's very, very, very difficult. Mainly because it's the way the gearbox is placed and all the wheels and all the pedals. You barely have any room to shift. And it's just a tiny little space. And that's mainly why this car didn't sell well, because it was too tiny. Yeah, Japanese people are tiny people, and yet this was too big, too tiny for them. Yeah, that just shows you how tiny this car is. Which I absolutely enjoy. But I still enjoy this car. This car is absolutely fun. Despite being ridiculously small, it's fun, it's unique, it's quirky, but that's kind of what it is. And I absolutely enjoy driving it. Would I drive it? Would I buy one? Absolutely. This is going to be added to the list of the cars I want to buy one day. I absolutely would love to have one. They're cheap, easy to maintain. It's still a Mazda underneath, so it's going to be fun to drive. So, I absolutely enjoy it. I wouldn't drive every day. I would never drive this car every day. Why? Because, again, it's small. It's not all that quick. Well, it's quick. It's very fast. But it's not quick. It takes it until you get 5,000 RPM, you get nothing. Like, it's no one's home. But besides that, I absolutely love this car. Be sure to check out the channel for more honest reviews, and look forward to see you guys for these upcoming shows going to Clean Culture. So be sure, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get stay up to date on all the honest videos. Hope to see you guys later. Bye.